Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, tankers. Now, today I've got a replay that I had in my Matilda. It's a Tier 4 British medium tank. In this particular case, I was platooning with a friend of mine, WWZ, and we ended up on Himmelsdorf and had a good game, and I wanted to share it with you. So, as you can see, I did 605 damage and assisted with 73. Got some base capture points towards the end. We'll go over a lot of that in the video. It's not exceptional, but pretty darn good, actually. Got a fire for effect and the shield award and a second class. So, let's bring up the replay and we'll go through it. As I said, I was platooning with WWZ. WWZ is a new player to World of Tanks, so in order to help her out, I was platooning with her, maybe drop some tips. Not that I have very many, but so here we are, we're in battle. I'm looking at the lineup. As you can see, we are bottom tier. Okay, and I'm looking at what they have and what our options are. One option is I really don't want to go to the hill like I normally would in a medium because these things are just too darn slow. Once we get there, once we start on our way, we're committed. So I wait a second to see how it plays out, and we decide to go down the 3-line. Really, the two options we had were the 3-line and the railroad tracks. And I looked and saw two of the T-67s and the T-40 head down the railroad tracks with a light to scout for them. So I want to make sure the banana doesn't get flanked and maybe get some shots up into the hill on anybody trying to come around the front of the castle. So we're getting into position here. Got the boiling pot on. Getting ready for a cup of tea here before we start engaging things. So, one thing I noticed is they've got a lot of T-67s down here in this area. Got to be careful because they're very mobile. Not so worried about their guns so much, mainly because of the armor on the Matilda. So, they have no shots on me, I have no shots on them. So I decided to move up here to this rubble pile. It'll hide my lower front plate and allow me to set up a good angle for side scraping. Still nothing. Nobody's coming out yet. So I'm going to move up to the next spot here. I don't have to worry about what's down here, but I do take a quick peek to see what's up on the hill. Nothing yet. Alright. So now one of the T-67s is finally kind of coming into view, but not quite yet. Well, I see a PZ-4H here, so now I'm getting set up to possibly take some damage for him, which is why I got the angle, peek at the hill, and lo and behold, the M8 is out in the open. So I'm trying to keep this cover here, keep the number of guns on me down to a minimum. Take a quick snapshot on the move with them at the T-67. I thought the PZ-4H was going to make a move right there, but I got friends. Well, I had a friend. So here I'm just trying to put shots into the turret, preferably the turret cheeks of this T-67. I get one good hit, a couple. This T-67 insists on trying to shoot at me, which is fine because I'm angled right and I'm just bouncing in shots. Now, if he'd have bothered to come down and use his mobility, I would have been in trouble. Between him and that PZ-4H, they could have cleaned up here. But they don't. The PZ-4H stays passive, which allows me to just ruin the T67. Now it's time to work on the PZ4H. Weak spot is the machine gun port, obviously, so I pump a few into him. Unfortunately, I didn't get the kill. One more T67 to clean up in that area. The T150 seems to be handling his own with the Churchill 7, so I'm not so worried about the banana right now. And apparently I wasn't worried about that howitzer crossing across here, which I should have been, because that howitzer could have wrecked me badly. Set up for a shot, take a quick snapshot, set up to do some side scraping now. Backing on up, try to get the shot on him. He's hiding behind a car or a wreck or something. Get a couple shots into his cheek, and I realize there's their howitzer there, and he might come along behind us. So I'm going to stop and set up, make sure he doesn't do that. T150 and the Su-76 finally take care of the Church 7. I'm setting up to do some side scraping, and before I can, they take out the howitzer. Hill has no shots on me. There's only 2 left. They've both been spotted. The Matilda, I was hoping at this point in time to get to the Matilda before they finished it off, but it doesn't happen. So now all they got left is that Covenanter up on the hill. There's no way I'm going to reach him. So I decide to just hop on the cap, farm some cap points, if I can get to it on time. As you can see, there's 2 now on cap. T40 doesn't want us to cap, but I don't care. There's no way I'm going to be able to catch anything in this thing. So I'm just going to sit here. I want to see something here. Okay. And we win. So that's it. Thank you for taking a look.